Grand Rising family, it's Shay Seeking, and I'm back. This is part 3 to the whole etymology for, or Aboriginal etymology for the speaking on being inferior or below. Okay, so again, we're looking at structure as a noun, mid 15th century, action or process of building or construction. Again, think masons. What do they do? Builders, masonry. I don't know. When we're looking at this George Washington image in a minute, you'll see him with his little scalpeling tool or whatever you call it. um, okay. So 1610, again, remember in 1619, the first so-called Negro or colored slaves came in. Again, these could be a different type of colored folk, is what I'm saying. A foreign colored folk. Okay? Okay? Just remember that because you were already here. Okay? So, that which is constructed. And oh, again, remember that the only people that were documented to be coming over here in the hundreds and thousands and millions up until even the 1900s are other foreigners, okay, that still know their origins or their roots, and they speak of them or they have them embedded in their family line somewhere or somehow, or grandma told them or showed them. Okay, so let's see, that which is constructed, a building or edifice. Okay, now, remember, we're talking about the abode of God, and God, them building a temple for him. And again, well, that had to be existing somewhere else, like in another India or another place, in order for them to have that construct or infrastructure when they came here. Okay? So, sorry, excuse me. Structura, okay, a fitting together. Again, this is the joining or the wedding or the bridegroom or the merging or the grafting in of a foreign race here in the Americas when we're talking about this in the Bible. So figuratively, okay, so together, again, this is when a man will leave. See, notice it don't say this is when people or a man or woman or the earth or waters. No, it says when man leaves, okay, his mother and father. I believe that that's what it says. Then he will join with his, join to the wife, okay? So this is not really talking about the wedding. The weddings that we have are just a ripoff to take your money, basically, and sign you back up into slavery and your children, and sign your children over to the government when you get a marriage license. Okay. So again, it's the wedding, it's the joining of two continents or whatever. Okay. Or two groups, see, by the aliens. So that's why I'm telling you that the alien invasion has already happened. They've just given you a perception as to what an alien is, so that you can't see the ones right in front of your face or right on top of you. Okay? So let's see, a fitting together, adjustment, or building, mode of building, figuratively an arrangement, order. Again, this is another thing when we're talking about daughters, and I broke the word down, and you get daughter, dowry. See? Okay. So again, a lot of this stuff that them joining to America, things came with these. It just gets deeper than what we think. Okay. This is why a daughter is not just used to describe a girl once you start looking into the term. So let's see. Order, past participle, strewer, I don't know, to pile. See, now let's listen. Let me try to pick up the speed. Okay, y'all know when I get tired, this is what happened. So to pile, place together, heap up, especially when I'm trying to do it on this little old phone. Okay. Heap up, build, assemble, arrange, make by joining together, related to heap, Okay? Steer, kind of like why they might call people animals, or to spread, see? Okay? To spread. So we remember some groups of people were spread out, okay? So a structure put together systematically, 1855, again, there is a system, and you are systematically, just like there's systematic things to keep you in the position that you're in, and that structure, the verb. Structure with the word net or whatever it's called. A thing constructed, a complex entity constructed of many parts. Again, that's what we're going to look at in 1 second. The manner of construction of something in the arrangement of its parts, the complex, okay, the complex composition of knowledge. Okay, this is one different, okay, as elements and their combinations, okay. A particular complex an anatomical part of a living thing, a part of a living thing, okay, and its construction and arrangement, okay, because again, they wouldn't be able to survive without you down there at the bottom feeding it, okay, the belly of the beast, okay. So a structure, the people in a society considered as a system organized by a character, okay, let's see, organized by a characteristic pattern of relationships. Again, kinship, kind. Okay? Structure, to give a structure to. Okay? So they were preparing the firmament for who? God. Okay? So he can what? Place somewhere there to preside, president, over. Okay? So, and then what did the Lord God do in Genesis 2? He started to form something. He started to graft something by taking something from the earth and creating something else. Okay? A caste, one of the hereditary, social groups of India, 1610s. Again, same thing. What was going on in 1610? Where was something not going on that might have something to do with you in our real fall? Possibly even Tartaria. Okay? Just saying. Okay? From Portuguese, again, when I went back on one of these names I was looking at when I'm going in the book of Amos, I finally seen somebody that was originated in Portuguese. I had never seen that throughout all my couple years of research, and I'm going to go back into it later, but again, that's not what this is about. Okay. So it says, Portuguese, casta. And remember, before the Europeans even came, Spanish, supposedly, Portuguese, whoever else, I don't know. Okay? But to think that Africa, like I said, the widest point of Africa and the widest point of South America are only 16 to 1800 miles away from each other. That's not very far for us. So for us to think that the reason why people were already in America or came into America is because Europeans brought them there would be ridiculous. Okay, these people are already, especially in South America and all of that, and again, we think we know what that area is, that the Gulf of Mexico and stuff, but I'm telling you, it's a little bit deep. Okay, so again, yeah, so that would just be a silly thing. Okay, because again, there was all kind of kingdoms throughout, and like I said, South and we won't go there. Okay, I'm sorry, y'all. I keep getting off track. So again, I'm stopping. I'm going, and that's it. Okay, so unmixed race, cut off, separated, also pure. Okay, cut off. Again, remember, dry land is just the people that did not want to mix. Okay, so again, cut off, separated, also pure, cut off from, to be cut off from, to cut. Again, ab means away, cast or pushed away. Okay, so here we go. Cut off. to be cut off from. Again, you are the only people in the world that have no clue of your heritage, culture. Okay? We have to grasp from the dimension, the whole full thing, in order to try to pull little bits and pieces. No one's helping us, no one's showing us the way. But again, uh, you know, think about it now. Even though that they're taking down those, I'm not saying which way I'm going with it or not, but even though they're taking down those monuments, I think they're just moving a little bit quickly. And I feel like it may be something more to this whole Confederate thing, that we may be able to learn in our future going ahead. And I think that's why they're trying to erase that, like they erased slavery to a certain extent, so called slavery or prisoners of war or whatnot, why they've erased that from the story. So I'm just saying we just have to be careful when we're rooting for some of this stuff to be burned down and taken down, because it may withhold some more information about you, and that's why they're so quick to take it down. Okay? So, okay, cut off, um, to cut caste system. Okay, first recorded in 1840. An earlier, now obsolete sense of a caste in English is a race of men. Again, just saying, a race of men. Who are the men? Who are the women? All that kind of good stuff. Okay? To chaste. Okay? That's a good one that we should look up. Okay? Of the caste, the first three are the natural and gradually established divisions of the Aryan. Okay? Invaders and conquerors of India. The fourth was made up of the subjugate Aborigines. The Sanskrit name of the caste is Varna. Color. The different castes have been at first marked by differences of complexion according to race. According to race. And in some, I don't know, okay, degree according to the occupation and consequent exposure. Now that's a lie. Well, no, it's not. Okay, I'm not going to say that. Because when we go back to Genesis, again, at first, this is what I'm saying. It was about creating that first. So that's why he let the light and the dark go together for a little bit. And then he took them apart from each other for a little bit and then put them back together again. And remember, in 1500s in Maryland especially, there was laws against, they had to make laws about against amalgamation at some point, because I guess it was going rampant in my eyes. Okay. But then again, in Virginia, they didn't really have to do that because, again, for virgin. So she was, that's the Virgin Mary, and that's the portion that did not let, that's the dry land. Okay? Okay? Or even just the pure races. Okay? So, let's see. Occupation. Okay, so caste. Social status or position conferred by a system based on class. Hinduism, a hereditary social class among Hindus, stratified according to ritual purity, a social class separated from others by distinctions of hereditary rank or profession, or wealth. In some social insect, some as ants, a physical distance individual or group of individuals specialized to perform certain functions in a colony. Okay. So again, this is why you see that they have that caste system really bad. They just call it slavery here, or racism or whatever. And the same thing as classism over there. Again, so you don't catch on to the fact that this is actually what you're under. They want you to keep thinking that you're free. And all you're doing is really free to spend your money and free to give your time to these damn people to help build on them while we sit at the bottom and suffer. Okay? So this one, infralapsarian, I don't know, okay? The theology, the doctrine held by Augustinians and many Calvinists, that God planned the creation, so God planned the creation, permitted the fall. Remember, Genesis was only a creation of a nation that came after a pre-Adamite or prior group that was already there. In the beginning, the earth was first, a chaotic mass, da 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 da. So he had to till it or break it down. Look at the term till in etymology in order to then place something else on top of it. Okay? His children, his chosen ones that he brought over in abundance. Okay? So again, so God planned the creation, permitted the fall, elected a chosen number, Noah's Ark, and a couple other instances, planned their redemption, and suffered the remainder to be eternally punished. So you're not waiting to go to hell when you die. You're already dead and you're already in hell. Get over it. Let's move on. So believe that God did not. Okay, so again, the sublapsarians believe that God did not permit, but foresaw the fall. So he already foresaw it, and maybe that's why he was able to rest in the 1776, or the seventh day. Okay, so he foresaw the fall, while we're just going to say the supra hold that God not only permitted it, but he decreed it. See that? All these papal bulls, edicts, all these different things that went out. So here we go. So here's the cloud thing here, right here. This is God hovering or brooding over. Okay, because at first the Brahmin at the top, again, I feel like I have my mouse, but you can't even see my fingers, so just bear with me. We're going to try this out. So the top, the blue, we'll say that. So the blue is where the Pharaoh, or when we were still a ruling class in the old world or the Old Testament, okay? There was a leader up here at the top in the blue. And then he had the same thing, his warriors, his king, there was his priest and his warriors and things like that or whatever. And then you had the people that were the ones that were selling stuff, or the tradesmen, I guess, I don't know. And then you had the commoners, peasants, and servants. Okay, but again, or the slave group. So again, right here, the Sudra is the Slavic race, and the untouchables are the Aboriginals that are the prisoners of war. Two different things. So there's the enmity, that white space in between. This is the abode of God, or the house of God, hovering over the earth now, okay? But when in the old days, in the ancient world, there was no pink untouchable race down here at the bottom. Everybody was included in that pyramid to be taken care of. There was no one separated. So this is what I'm saying. This God has cast you out again because he didn't like dark. He wanted light. So right here, even it's cut off, but it says something about the dynasty seized power. Ruling style was using personal and military power. Remember when we were just looking at inferior, or one of those terms that we just looked at? That's what it said, usually with a military, okay? So again, here is ancient Israel, cosmology. Up here, you'll see the two fowl here. And then you see the realm of God, and then you see the waters below, right? Well, they will be above the earth, but below God, okay? So now you'll see it says water above. Let's see. I can't even make this big right now. So the stars, whatever, go ahead. We're going to keep on looking at a couple other things. The windows of heaven, circle of earth, again. So at first, right here in the midst, there could be where the earth was in the midst thereof. But again, if we look at it at the United States, I would say, again, in the midst, okay? Even when we're talking about the Louisiana area before the purchase, okay? So again, the Sheol, Excuse me. Foundations of heaven is down there too. The waters of chaos, symbolized as a dragon. Again, the dragon, the serpent, these things. Again, we are um, looking at them as if they're ugly, and we've been told and indoctrinated with the fact that these things are no good, but at the same time, are you hiding from yourself? Again, when we talk about the kundalini, the chakras, even the part, the serpent or reptilian type part of the brain that they keep people vibrating in, on fear and reaction and possibly all types of emotions as well. So again, this says the moderate Christian uh, apologist have done an astonishing good job of sweeping under the rug the fact that the OT does indeed describe a flat, disc shaped earth covered by a solid dome called the firmament. Okay, so again, that still reminded me of this, like I said, the Pharaoh at the top and all around being encompassed with that instead of having the bottom and the top. But again, that so in the Old Testament that would have been still, like I said, your greats ruling. Okay, and again, it does say that the earth is fixed on its axis, I believe, in the scripture. Okay, so again, as Freemasonry most celebrated brother, so again, this is the God, this is the head, right? George Washington, uh, which again, Washington, wash yourself, make yourself clean. Okay, so was invited to numerous Masonic lodges in the New Republic. Okay, and then we see this G. What is that for? George or God? I don't know. Has a light behind it. Has all the same shit that it have in that dome Earth. The black and white checkerboard again represents so-called black and white people from that are foreign to this land and have origins somewhere else. Again, the dome underneath his feet here with the casket and the shovel is unfortunately black. So don't let them fool. Just know this whole world is there, and you got to be real damn careful when you let these people up in your mind. I see all the way through it. I just see all the way through. It's like a tunnel fucking vision. They're gonna end up fooling me in the end because I'm don't let them fool me about no other shit. I just can't. I can just see right through a lot of things that they say. So the casket is representing the dead people, which is you. That's trapped underneath here. And again, I see more shit right here than I'm thinking even. Okay? So all this is like Jacob's ladder, some old other stuff going on, biblical stuff, angels and stuff on the sides. Okay? Possibly these two represent the fowl that are, you get what I'm saying? Because again, fowl of the air. Those are not original. The fowl of the air are not. So again, that could represent like the image that we just saw up here. These two here. Okay, might have to something to do with the coat of arms or heraldry of their family lines. Okay, so again, I want to thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoy these type of videos. I think that is it that I wanted to show you. Let's see. What else is here? Yeah, we'll go into this one later. Yeah, we'll go into these books. I'll bring these books back to you guys soon. So again, thanks a lot for watching. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up on your way out or subscribe. And go ahead, share the video if you think that you would like to share it with someone. I'm just trying to keep on here and keep videos coming because I'm just filled with a lot of information that I want to give to you guys. So again, let me know how I'm doing, if you're enjoying the videos. If not, it also helps out the channel because I have been having some type of computerized bots coming on and commenting on my video when I first put them out. And what it does is throw off the algorithm because they jump on, write a message, and jump off. And so what it does is make it seem like the video is not, it kind of like puts a nick in the video before it gets off the ground. So again, I would appreciate it if you guys did that. And yeah, yeah, I guess I'll see you guys later. Take care. I need to go to bed.